All right, this is A.3 guided practice, page number 3. We're going to go through 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to do 2 of these together, then you're going to try 2 on your own. Remember that on all these, you need to be filling in these Desmos checks, unless it's a gray box to where there's no way to check it on Desmos, okay? That way we can get you full credit for this guided practice. All right, number 9, type your answer in the box. There's going to be a box here, and you need to type your answer in that box there for X. And we looked at one of these on the last video. We want to see what number was in here so that when we simplified, we got -5 cube root of 3, okay? Whether or not you watched the last video for page 2, we tried a couple things over here on Desmos to see if there's a Desmos shortcut that we could use. There wasn't really a Desmos shortcut or a strategy, right? This is one that we have to know how to do. So we're going to think about what this means here, okay? We have -5 on the outside. So since this is a cube root, remember that means groups of 3, okay? And if this -5 is on the outside, that means at one point there were 3 -5s on the inside, okay? Because we would have circled this group of -5s and pulled it out front like what we have here, okay? So at one point, there were 3 -5s on the inside. And since this 3 is extra, that means there were no groups of 3, and we also have a 3 on the inside, okay? So the number that actually goes here on the inside is whatever -5 times -5 times -5 times 3 is, which if you use Desmos, should be -128, okay? So our answer is -128, okay? All right, number 10. Directions. Click on a box to choose an expression. You must choose all correct expressions. This is a big one here. Remember, this means you need to check every answer because there could be more than one. Again, if you look over here to the right, this box is blank. There's no easy way to do this on Desmos. So we are just going to have to remember how to do this mathematically, all right? Remember that this is a cube root. So we're going to be looking for groups of 3. If we break down 16, there are lots of ways to do it. I'm going to break it into 4 and 4. And I'm going to break this down into 2 and 2. And break this 4 into 2 and 2. All right? And since this is a group of 3, I have a group of 3 2s there that I could pull out to the front. All right? So this question is not in simplest radical form. Okay? Let's try the next one. 8. I can break down 8 into 2 and 4. And I can break 4 down into 2 and 2. Okay, since we're looking for groups of 3, I do have a group of 3 2s right there. Okay, so again, since I have a group, this one is not in simplest radical form. All right, third one here. I have 4. I can break 4 down into 2 and 2. Since we're looking for groups of 3, there is no group here. So this is in simplest radical form. This is one of our answers. All right. The fourth choice here. Let's see if yellow works. We have 100. We break 100 down into 10 and 10. 10 goes into 5 and 2. And this 10 goes into 5 and 2. Okay, this is a cube root. So we're looking for groups of 3. There are no groups of 3 here. We have groups of 2. We have 2 5s and 2 2s. But we're not looking for groups of 2. We're looking for groups of 3. So this is in simplest radical form. This is an answer choice. Okay. And last one here, red. All right, last one, -8. Remember, we're just not going to worry about this negative. We're going to take it out front. If this index is odd, so 3 is odd, there's a negative on the inside for the radicand. We know that there's a negative out there for the final answer. So we should already know that this one is not fully simplified. But let's just go ahead and check. We got 2 and 4, and we got 2 and 2. There's a group of 3, so it's definitely not simplified all the way. This is not an answer choice. Okay. Now, these are tricky because you can only get the correct answer here if you circle both of the options that are correct. So this one's a little bit challenging, but if you just remember that we need to simplify it all the way, and simplified correctly means that we don't have any groups, then you should be good to go. Okay. You're going to finish number 11 and 12. If you look at 11 and 12 very quickly, you should see that this is just a number, and these are just numbers. So this will be very easy to just plug into Desmos and check your work. Same thing for number 12. It says which expression is equivalent to 6 square root 12 minus 4 square root 3. This is just a number, so type it into Desmos here and see which ones of these match it up. All right. As always, don't forget to put your work over here on the right for your Desmos check, that you can get all your points today for your guided practice.